week again. Prepare yourself for the surveyors of sauce, the sultans of spaghetti, the whispers in your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Your Spaghetti Policy podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Jacob.
Don't do this again.
Don't do what again?
This just like sitting here.
You said you had the opener.
I don't have shit.
You literally said, I got an opener. Don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, dude, fuck yeah. And then you come in here and blame me like, oh, what are you doing just sitting here, dude? Fucking, you make the content. You make the content, dude. Like, what the hell? Dude? Caught off guard.
First of all, I need to apologize because, you know, Jacob's annoying love for like, I don't like the winter. It's cold. Can't wait for sunshine and hot. Well, it's springtime.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
And your boy here has, it's the beginning of a sinus infection because pollen is everywhere and it is like just destroying me.
I was there last week, man. I was there last week. Had a cold.
If I do a lot of the throat clearing or coughing, it's because I have drainage. My ears are nice and itchy. Had a throat full of razor blades, puffy, cough, sniffles. You know, the what have yous. Because that springtime.
It's great, man. I'm glad
sucks.
it's here.
I hate it.
We're in the phase where it's cold in the mornings, it's warm in the afternoons, it's nice. You can be outside, not have to like bundle up. I dig it, you know. It's like,
well, I mean, I never really had to bundle up in the wintertime, but okay.
I mean, yeah, but for normal people, you know, like it's like, I have to put on like 8 layers to go outside and get the mail.
Well, it's because you've lost like 1 billion pounds.
Yeah, I don't have 8 layers, of skin anymore, so.
No, you still have the skin.
Nah, I actually like got it all removed already.
It's the fat that's the problem.
I guess so, yeah.
Do you know what a pangram is?
A pangram? A pangram? Sounds like one of them things you send your friend. You send him a pangram, and that's like where you send him a pan. It's like a subscription service, like a mail-in subscription service where they send you a pan each month. You're part of a club. You know, your friend signed you up. It's a pangram.
Is that the answer you're going
That is
with?
my guess, yes. That is my guess to the...
No, it is a sentence that uses every letter of the alphabet.
Dude, isn't that like my dear Aunt Sally jumped the brown fox?
Well, you're almost there.
Yeah, it's a fox involved. I know that
It's
much.
the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Yeah, that's just like, you know, that's fun, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, when are you going to use that? You know, that's a very hyper-specific scenario in which, like, what is it? Like, the fox jumps over your lazy dog? Like,
no.
Okay.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, like when you're ever going to use that, you know?
We just did.
Yeah, but that was just like an example. Like, the only thing is going to create it for an example.
Do you know how many things exist just as an example?
Me?
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah. Dude,
diagramming a sentence. Trigonometry.
I guess if you build houses, you probably like do the Pythagorean theorem every now and then.
Pythagorean
theorem. You know, but
so there was like some news that came out today, and we sort of kind of talked about it. It was 2 weeks ago with the Whitechapel stuff with Jack the Ripper, but
I guess bigger revelation.
The JFK stuff was officially declassified and released to the public, and it's like 1,000 pages or some shit. I didn't read it.
It's a couple 100,000 pages, my guy. Apparently, allegedly. The thing, okay. Before we dive into all 300 and something thousand pages, which we're gonna do this episode,
810,000 pages.
Yeah, we're gonna do explicitly this episode. We are gonna go through every single one of the pages.
God, could you imagine how boring that shit would be? Jesus.
I wonder how long it would take us to read every single one of them. I mean, it'd take me an hour just to get past a page or two because
days,
fucking read.
Days, dude.
I just want to say off the top, I'm not okay with it. Because it is clearly just being used as a distraction. It's like it's like a sleight of hand.
Sure.
Like, hey, here's this, look at this. Like, well, you know, you get a hand under the table, you know, grabbing somebody's balls or whatever. I don't know how that works, but it's just being used as a distraction to keep us from focusing on like real shit, real issues going on and whatnot. Had this come at any other time, I probably would have said the same thing, honestly, because it's, again, this is just like one of those.
63,000 pages.
That's a lot of pages.
22,000 or 2,200 files consisting of 63,000 pages.
That just feels like you got a lot of information. I'm sure that there's something in there worth reading about. But
hot take, real
go
quick.
ahead.
I don't think that any newspaper service should be behind a paywall.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think that it's supposed to be.
I think if it is truth,
information,
it should be free.
Yeah, that's very brave of you. You're a very brave gentleman for saying that, dude. Yeah, I shouldn't have to pay to know what the weather's going to be like today as well. Like if there's dangerous weather coming, I should probably be able to know that for free. But there's a little thing called private sector that is allowed to just monopolize everything in our lives. But anywho, so good old president of the United States.
And like the worst part is like it's one of those where like AI has taken over, right? Obviously, like you can't even type it in. And like, I just want like the TLDR. Like, tell me, like, sum it up for me. Like, give me the cliff notes.
This is one of the times that Google's AI, where it summarizes the shit, would be useful. Like, give
And
me the, yeah. It's one of those. Give me the cliff notes, dog. Like
there's like 1,000 hits, right? And like either you have the New York Times and the Washington Post, all of them behind the paywall. And then it's just like
it's almost like they
click
pay
on
to be at the top of the results. Yeah.
Well, you click on the PBS one, and it doesn't tell you anything other than just like the process of how they got released. It's like I want to know what's in it.
Yeah, all the news people on the TV are like, they did it. They released the papers, and it's like nobody dives into it whatsoever because they haven't read it yet. Because it's 69,000 pages worth of CIA speak, right? Which is, I can only assume, is coded and heavy in different undecipherable
From what
languages.
I know, or from what I've surmised, or what I've I jumped in the group chat and was just like, "Hey, TLDR, someone summarize it for me."
Yeah,
I'm
and
the one that
proceeded to summarize
to do it because nobody gave me the answer, motherfucker.
I
wanted to know the answer.
Okay, I was upset that they came at this time, and the person that released the files was using it as a scapegoat, or like for himself. So,
well, I think Biden was mentioned, so I was like, "Oh, well, there you go. That's why it was released."
I think it's more so like the fact that the economy is plummeting right now, and like
Hey guys, here's a shiny little thing to look at.
Israel's bombing Gaza again and stuff like that. All that other shit, like horrible shit's going on. And he's like,
hey, they were in there too.
Yeah, kind of crazy. That the reference to the Israelis in the fucking papers was like, that was wild. They're just like,
they had I think requested to be redacted, and like they weren't.
Yeah, they're like, can we not mention them in this thing?
Basically, again, I didn't read the files, so I can't verify any of it. But the TLDR that I gathered was it was a well orchestrated inside job involving multiple hands, ultimately led back to the CIA, because JFK was doing things that.
He's about to get rid of the CIA, right?
Well, that was one of them, right? And George Bush was in charge of the CIA at the time. Basically, he was doing things and steering the country in directions in which they didn't want to go.
Yeah, almost like.
And they wanted to do all the things. They wanted to go to war. They wanted to go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
They wanted to do all these things. And JFK was like, "No,
nah, whoa, dude, it's crazy speak." And this is all allegedly, of course, because the government would never be involved in a conspiracy like this, right? But as we know, folks.
But it's one of those that we even talked about it. We even talked about it. I was like, I think like because it's just not flat out said, yes, this is the thing, but it's something that for 30 years, my whole life, it's always been the rumor was, well, it was an inside job. It was the mafia, the La Cosa Nostra. They got Lee Harvey Oswald, they did all that stuff, and but there's a lot of truth in there too, and
it's so crazy because this is one of those legit times where it was like a legit inside job, right? Not like 9/11 where 9/11 wasn't an inside job. That was just allowed to happen because of negligence. Negligence allowed 9/11 to happen, right? And
I just don't care if it was.
But that's the thing too, is now that we do know, right? There is I will say hard evidence saying CIA, whether or not they pulled the trigger, who knows? You can't say they did or not, but they were heavily involved in orchestrating something around that allowed
And then
JFK
LBJ
to be
takes
shot.
over like super quickly, and then it's like, well, of course it's gonna be turned into a right versus left thing, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's because JFK was a left president, and
Yeah, but
and
we have this evidence, right? These papers have been released. There's this unredacted information out there, and it changes absolutely nothing from our day-to-day lives. Like
not really.
this is a this is an event in which our entire democratic system was basically subverted, and they said we can't have this progressive leftist president, and they shot him, right? Which, had it came out that our government was involved with this whenever this happened, like a day or two after it happened, fucking talking about destroying pretty much everything, right? It blows the lid off of everything. It's like, it's insane. Like, there's riots in the street. I would assume, I don't know, maybe not, because now I can view it from the lens of today, where it's like they could go out on the government, like the White House lawn, and like start executing prisoners, and they would be like, let's go, dude, fucking rocking it.
Speaking of
you know?
disclosure,
Yeah.
your favorite word,
Yes.
and conspiracy theories and all sorts of things. There is a new documentary that premiered a couple days ago at South by Southwest called "The Age of Disclosure,"
Okay.
and it is a very well put together documentary that legitimizes unverifiable theories about the UFOs.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to put that on the watch list now.
And they didn't call anything alien. They call things non-human intelligence.
Yeah.
And basically for 80 years, almost nothing in the Age of Disclosure is new. The documentary uses 34 talking heads from various levels of government, military, and intelligence community to allege a deep state conspiracy covering up interactions with non-human intelligent life and the technology of non-human origins going back 80 years. Many of the people in the documentary have testified before Congress about what they say they know, and more than a couple of them have been in previous documentaries and docuseries recounting the stories with the same level of personal conviction.
Yeah.
What's likely to set Age of Disclosure apart, at least for some viewers, sorry,
You good, dude?
isn't that it's more accurate than your average unsolved mysteries, but that it looks more legitimate. It's over 109 minutes, and it feels much longer. The Age of Disclosure tackles its topics with utmost certainty and sincerity. Its interviews subjects treating everything they say as established fact, not requiring corroboration or confirmation. It took
I push
nearly
back
an
on that one a
hour
little bit, yeah.
into the documentary before Farah's debating tactics began to get on my nerves before it became clear that the approaches are rhetorical dead end. Oh, this is a review. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, anyways, so apparently, like it's like amazing. Whoa.
I'll
So,
have to check it out, dude. I'll review it myself, and I'll tell you about it next episode. But
what's crazy is they have people like even the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Senators Kristen Gillibrand and Mike Rounds, and a whole bunch of people in Congress. There's task force people.
I don't like those names. I don't like I don't like Marco Rubio. I don't think.
Well, that's fine, but I think it just adds a little bit of legitimacy to it, right?
I guess so.
But like it's
Gillibrand. I don't know who that is, but she sounds.
so. Anyways,
That sounds
there's
fun.
that for you. There's that for you.
It's just, man, it's just one of those things where we had like groundbreaking evidence, right? Groundbreaking, like maybe not evidence. So maybe I should like curtail my use of the word evidence. We had this groundbreaking document come out, like these files are unredacted, pushed out, or whatever. That it doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't change anything, and it's like
Trying to see where it's going to be available.
it should change stuff. You know, like this is it talking about like a governmental body orchestrating a hit on an American president. It feels like it should be like bigger news. But
I mean, I said that, right? I said that.
yeah, and I'm not downplaying. Like it definitely. That's what I'm saying. It's like it should be bigger news. I should be more like, oh shit about it. But it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
nobody's
I
gonna,
think like
it's not they're not gonna put the CIA in jail, right? It's not like people are gonna riot about the CIA, right?
no.
So
There's that, and then again, it's not like they just cut flat out and was like, "Hey, here you go. This is what happened. This is what we did." It's like, oh yeah, here's like a fucking encyclopedia sized file of like all these documents that are
And
You
you
know,
know what the CIA is going to do? You know what the CIA is going to do?
nothing.
Whoopsie. Yeah, we were involved.
I mean, I think we've always. I mean, on one part, it's like, yeah, they killed like an active sitting president, but
And they'll do it again. We hope, I guess. I don't know.
and it's just like I don't.
That's just something
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I do think it's one of those things that won't ever happen again. Like the assassination of a president won't ever happen again, right?
Happens all the time, just not in this country.
Well, in this country is what I'm saying. Like yes, there was Abraham Lincoln. Okay, there was another one that was like shot. Ronald Reagan was shot, but he didn't die, obviously.
Was it
JFK
Taft?
was.
Taft. There's been 3 assassinated.
Yeah.
3 successful assassinations.
But I just don't think it's ever going to happen again, just because, like, at least by the government. At least I don't know, man. But it's crazy, dude. It just feels like it should be a bigger deal, but it's not, because again, at the end of the day, it would only be a big deal.
There's 3 that I can. Yeah. McKinley, Lincoln, and JFK, and Garfield.
Okay, Garfield. Okay, these are all like
Presidents that were shot but survived is Roosevelt and Reagan, and
oh shit, I forgot that. Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt, right?
yeah,
Dude,
he was a bad dude, man. He was a bad motherfucker.
man, I've been listening to a history podcast, and they've been talking about LBJ, right? Is it LBJ? No,
Lyndon B. Johnson. He took over immediately after.
that's
Kennedy.
not. No. Who's Teddy Roosevelt, right? FDR. Who's that? Franklin D. Roosevelt.
World War II.
Okay, I'm trying to remember the timeline here. Anyways, presidents, they just don't make
You
presidents.
thinking
like
about
they used to.
Eisenhower?
No, he took over after. It's the one that took over after Hoover. Who took over after Hoover? He was in the Great Depression.
You were right the first time.
Franklin?
No,
Teddy?
no.
Dude fucks whoever it was. He was fucking badass. He knew what he was doing.
Dude, we had to know this shit in school. President after who?
Hoover. Who took over after Hoover? Because I don't remember, dude.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And I haven't had to know it, because why would I have to know it? You know, I'm not taking any fucking history test. FDR, baby.
Yeah,
And I
that's
will
what
say,
you said at first.
yeah, Franklin D. Roosevelt. He it ties into like his plans and like what he had wanted to do with people and stuff like that. And like it's insane, like all the shit that he put forward and like literally saved the country. Some people think some people think that like had he not stepped in when he did and had the plans that he hadn't put in place, literally wouldn't be here right now. Like the people would have revolted. We would be split in half.
That's fake news, bro.
We'd be East America and West America, you know, and it'd be a whole thing, buddy.
Well, it'd be North and South, wouldn't it?
No, it'd be like Germany. They split down the middle. They have East Germany or East U.S., West U.S., you know. So
Yeah, that's the Mason-Dixon line, boy.
yeah, what is that exactly? What is? Because it sounds like a fake thing. It sounds like a fake fucking thing. Is what it sounds like. I heard it all growing up.
Do that. You can't
Sorry.
do that while I'm like drinking water. It's an imaginary line.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I mean, it goes down. So it's the demarcated boundary between Pennsylvania and Maryland, and later becomes a symbolic divider between North and South, particularly regarding slavery.
Oh shit! Wait, okay. What are the 2 states at boundary? What's the boundary?
Originally, it was Pennsylvania and Maryland.
Because those
But
feel
now
like they're really
it's
up
the
north.
demarcation line of
Damn,
everything
dude.
else.
And like the prime meridian, that shit fucking, it's there, but it's like fucking, I don't know anything about it. You know, how they come up with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know,
it's
it would be
just
a funny bit. You know, it would be a funny bit.
What's that?
It's like you going back to school.
I
And,
mean, honestly, and like learning things over again, like the
And
shit that they
taking
talk about in
classes.
school, that'd be like like 5th grade, 6th grade shit too. Not like college classes. I'm talking about like basic geography shit. Like go back and learn geography. Go back and learn algebra, because I
mean, you're really terrible at geography. Like, it's embarrassing how bad you are.
just don't look at maps. You know, I'm not studying maps.
But you
So-
fucking know the map of Azeroth.
Yeah, I do. I could tell you exactly where Eastern kingdoms are. You got Kalimdor, right? Then you got fucking the Plague Lands all the top. You got fucking Northrend. It's hanging out there. And then it's like they added in the Mist of Pandaria, added in Pandaria. Fucking Sunken Isles came in there eventually.
Did you ever watch Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, dude, I liked Happy Gilmore.
Did you watch the trailer for the second movie?
There's a second one.
Yeah, the trailer just came out like a couple days ago.
I kind of don't like that. Like, it was such a
We
good
talked
movie.
about it. It's
on
those
its own.
legacy sequels, man.
Yeah, and I don't like them. I think it's like the one I allow Incredibles is
Yeah.
that I personally allow it. Like, I'll allow it. You got to come to me and ask me first. But The Incredibles 2, fine.
It's not a legacy. It's not a legacy sequel.
It definitely
It's
is, dude. That
no,
shit
it's not.
took
It's a direct sequel.
10 to 15 years for that movie.
It's not
What
it's
would you
not
consider a
considered
legacy sequel?
legacy. We have literally talked about this.
I
It is
I don't remember it.
so like the Incredibles 2 is a direct fucking sequel to
Yeah.
Incredibles, but because it involves the same characters.
I guess,
Whereas
okay,
a legacy sequel is like
Yeah, we did talk about this. Yeah,
where like Beetlejuice 2, it like it's
the same characters though.
but he's older though.
Yeah, I guess everybody's older.
Right. It's a movement of the universe.
Whereas
Where the
Incredibles
main-
2 just took place right after Incredibles 1. They were like, they literally got out of the car and they were like, back in the car. We got to go save the world again. Like, okay. So I get
Right.
it. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Or Coming to America 2.
Is that a thing? I don't remember the first one very well, but
Yeah. It was a big deal during COVID. I watched it and I thought it was terrible.
I don't like, but again, I don't like, it's like if you were to come to me and be like Demolition Man 2, come into a theater near you. And it's like,
Yeah, but it would have to be like Stallone would have to be like the old guy, and then it would have to focus on somebody new.
yeah, but I'm saying like, let a movie just be good, and you don't need a sequel to. I guess it's all about money at the end of the day, really. So, but man, that was a movie. I think I was talking to you about it the other day too. I need to go back and watch it because I know that it was good, but I just don't remember a whole lot about it.
Again, here's the official. I mean, let's shout out to like 35 episodes ago, but here's the official definition.
Okay.
A legacy sequel is a film franchise entry that follows the continuity of the original works, but takes place much later in the timeline, often focusing on new characters while featuring the original ones and is made many years after the original.
Okay. So like Blade Runner 2077 or whatever it was.
2049, isn't it? Or is it 2077?
Fucking hell, man.
Confession. Never seen either one of those movies.
Me neither. I know that Harrison Ford's apparently in them. I don't know.
I've seen bits and pieces of both of them, but I've never seen them in totality.
I say let
Anna
Harrison
de Armas
Ford
is in it. Ryan
take a
Gosling's
nap.
in it. What'd you say?
I said let Harrison Ford take a nap. Can you guys just let him go to bed?
I don't like Harrison Ford.
He's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I feel like he does give me the vibes that he would be mean in person, but
I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna waste time talking about it.
yeah, it's fine. But,
Anyways, so you have an update.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't need to talk anymore. I'm like struggling to talk.
dude, I
here.
got you. I'll take over from here. So it's I can officially say that I endorse vasectomies full full time, full bar. What is that? What am I trying to say here?
Full stop.
Full stop. I support them. They're good. I can't, however, attest to the anxiety they cause. They cause a lot of it. I can attest, I guess is what I should say.
Yeah, but I also think that you have a heightened sense of anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
more so than the normal human being.
I guess so. So I mean, like
My
it's one
wife's
of
the
those
same
things.
way. That's why I say that.
I guess it's one of those things. Okay, if you don't mind a little ball play, right? Okay, it's up your alley.
But you love that.
Not in this sense, man. I like one person, my wife. Ball play. She would do whatever she wants. She could perform the vasectomy if she wanted. Hell, I don't care. It's whatever she wants to do. But it's
That's
like
bold. Especially since she's never done it before.
yeah, true. I don't know what she'd be cutting down there. Hopefully nothing important. But hey, I trust her. So, all right.
As long as you can piss and get hard, you don't care what else happens.
I don't. I really don't. It's all that matters at the end of the day. So, anyways, okay. So, I am good to go. We're good. We're out of the woods. Got it done with. Completed. Okay. And there was no issues whatsoever. They didn't make the process of finding out if you were clear, like embarrassing at all. It was just a smooth sailing. You just go in, you do your thing and you get out of there, right? Of course not. It's got to be the most embarrassing thing of your life. And it was a lot. But as you know, I was going in for my test, right, everybody? I completed the test. I passed it, flying colors. I'll go ahead and spoil the story now, right? What is
Watch that later.
Okay, I'll watch it later. Okay, so day of, not nervous at all. I'm feeling good, looking good.
You're
feeling
absolutely
great.
shitting your pants nervous.
Yes.
Don't lie. Don't lie. There's no reason to put on a front because everybody that listens knows that you were fucking sweating bullets, dude.
I was, man, because I didn't know like anything. Like it's just one of those things, dude. Okay, so I get up, take a shower, right? Because obviously, like I don't know what's happening. I don't know, like in my anxiety riddled brain, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know if they were gonna like pull my pants out there in the middle of the office or whatever. I just wanted to be clean and sterile because I didn't know what was gonna happen, right?
Okay.
So I took a shower, got all cleaned up.
Good for you.
Drank a cup of coffee. I was gonna play some BG3 to calm my nerves a little bit. I didn't realize how fucking quick 30 minutes goes by. So I didn't get a chance. Got the car, buddy. I just so much anxiety. I was worried about finding this place. They were like, go in the main office and whatever. Okay, and I was like looking for the outpatient.
So you went
lab.
to okay.
I went to like a legit hospital, right? You know, you would think that they would have these things done.
Did you go to the one close to my in-laws?
I don't. Which one is that?
Off Emory to Nova.
No, don't ever go to Tenova. Nobody go to Tenova. I hate Tenova. It's fine. It's probably fine, but whatever. I only have bad experiences with Tenova. Anyways, so I get there, get to the hospital. I'm like looking for where I'm supposed to go. Immediately off the bat, I'm off the wrong start because I go to the outpatient waiting room, right? Because they like told me to go to because I'm going to an outpatient lab. I assume that I go to the outpatient area, right? So I go there and I'm like, hey, I'm here for like, and this thing too. The entire time I'm whispering because I don't like this. Look,
I'm here to jerk off in a cup.
Sorry,
sir. What did you say? I'm here to jerk off in a cup. Sir, I can't hear you. I'm here to jerk off in a cup.
Sir, we don't do that here. And they call the cops on me like immediately. No, but I'm nervous, right? Because I'm whispering because I don't know, dude. I understand.
And you're sweating.
I mean, I'm surprised I didn't sweat through a shirt or two. But like, I'm just like, hey, I'm here for like a semen analysis. Okay. I'm just like, and she's like, oh, okay. You're going to want to check in at the front. Blew past the check-in, dude. Just fucking walked on in there. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. I was like, okay, thanks. So I went there immediately. You get there. The lady's like, hey, what are you here for? Like as loud as she can be. And I'm just like, there's people all around me. I'm just like, hey, I'm just trying to check in. I'm here for like a semen analysis.
Sir, I can't hear you.
Immediately, the tonal shift when I explained to her like what I'm here for. It's like, oh, okay, you're gonna want to sign in here, I just felt odd. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Nobody wants me to be here. So what I felt, okay, immediately, right? So
yeah, I mean, every time I go to the doctor or the hospital or anything, it feels like I'm an inconvenience.
I felt like the biggest inconvenience. It was like, great, we're gonna stare at this guy's cum. That's great. Love that. I love coming into work. Literally. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. She's like, check in here, blah, blah, blah. I had to update a bunch of information because I hadn't been at this hospital in like fucking since 2020. The last time I went to this hospital, I had COVID. I was like, it was pre-COVID though. They didn't know what it was yet. I was just fucking dying. They didn't know what I had yet. So I had to update a bunch of information. And then like, so I check in. She's like, all right, cool. I fucking felt like I was waiting at a Chili's because they give you this buzzer, dude. And it's like the same buzzer they use at the fucking Chili's. So I was like, okay, go just hang out, wait here.
You guys got any chips?
Yeah, basically. So I was hanging out. And then they called me up to like the little receptionist area. And she's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, so do you have the sample with you or whatever? I was like, no, I live too far away. And they said I couldn't get here. She's like, oh, okay. So I guess there was some confusion as to like what I had told her. She was like, so you're here for a semen drop off, right? And I was like, yeah. But I don't have my sample yet. I gotta collect the sample or whatever. And she was all like, oh, okay. So you're not here for a semen drop. I was like, no, I'm here to drop it off. I just haven't collected yet. It's like, there's a huge anxiety.
Drop it off in the cup, lady.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. She's like, okay, yeah, just, it'll be just a second. Right. About 10 minutes goes by. Then the lady comes out, the nurse or whatever, she comes out, she's like, calls my name or whatever, and she's like, okay. She was like, so when was the sample collected? And I was like, I haven't collected it yet. Again, tonal shift immediately. She sighs. She gives me a big old sigh. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I lived so far away, and they told me like I had 30 minutes to get here. Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, it's not your fault. Whatever. Just, and then she takes me out of the front and then begins to like say loudly, like, he's not collected it yet to the lady out front. And now I feel like she's mad at me because there was a miscommunication. And I was like, no, it's not her fault.
You're just supposed to like Walk in with a cup of cum.
That's basically what they expected, dude. That's basically what they expected, right?
You couldn't get away with that anywhere except going into a
That's
hospital,
what I'm
by
saying,
the way.
dude. No, I don't think you could get away with
It's a
going to the
fucking
hospital.
felony.
I honestly would feel like I would get in trouble if I did that. If I walked into the hospital with a cup full of cum, right? No matter if it was like official or not, they'd be like, "What do you have the cup of cum?" Like officers are pulling their gun on me, like, "Fucking drop the cum." You know, I'm just like, dude, I'm just here to die. I want this to be over with so bad. Okay, please don't do this to me. Fucking actually, just shoot me, please. So, anyways,
So she yells loudly that
she's-
you failed. You're a failure.
yeah, she's this guy's a piece of shit. Please tell me when send him back when he's getting ready to drop his cum off. Okay, blah blah blah. Then I'm sitting there for 5-10 more minutes. Another lady calls me on the opposite side. I have to go like change all my paperwork and shit, and like I'm nervous. I'm sweating. But I hand her the card. I'm visibly shaking when I hand her my shit because like at this point I'm just like, God damn it! Like I just want to be done so bad. I don't know. And it's like, okay, for everybody out there who doesn't have anxiety, right? At this point, I'm trying to tiptoe between not being so anxious because remember, I haven't collected my sample yet. So, and I don't know if for people out there who don't have anxiety, when you have anxiety, it makes it very difficult to get it going, if you know what I'm saying, right?
Well, I mean, some people like the thrill makes them rock hard.
Not this guy. Not this guy. The thrill actually makes me shrivel up and like shrink a lot. Like I was like, and because when I get anxious, I get very cold. The blood starts to drain from my hands. My hands are frigid at this point,
Okay.
right? So I try to tiptoe between like not being so anxious I won't be able to do my thing later, and like fucking staying on a high alert. So I don't know, because I'm just fucking. Anyways, I hand her my cards. I'm shaking. She's like, all right. You know, here's all this back, and it just goes. I fill out information. Lady's super nice. This lady's like, she's super nice. She's here. She's fucking. She doesn't have to deal with cum. She's good. She's just updating my information, whatever. Then I go back, sit back down. I'm waiting. The lady comes. It's just. I said come so many times. I'm so sorry, everybody. First of all, she's like, okay, right. So my impression, right, talking. Shouts out to Mike. You look great in your shirt. Because he had to do the whole drop, not the vasectomy thing, but like the dropping a sample or whatever. And he was like explaining the fact that like, you know, he went to this place, they got him a room, they had material, all this other stuff, right? So like my impression, my impression here was that like I was gonna get to like go chill out in a room, have like a nice little comfy like, you know, doctor's bed or whatever that thing is, the examination table, right? Legitimate room. So I go back there, like we're talking. She's like, okay, you know, filling out all this information. She was like, when's the last time you ejaculated? Felt really weird. I was like 7-8 days. She was like, we're going to say 7 because anything more, they're not going to take the sample. I was like, that sounds like a wonderful idea, right? Post-nut clarity kicked in. It was actually like 6 days. Anyways.
But they told you it had to be a week, right?
Had to be like, they said anywhere from 5 to 7 days. You can't do your thing for that long. So it had been a long week at that point. Okay. So.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, I know. It's so tough on me. First world problems, you know what I mean? So she goes, she's like writing all this information down. She's like, okay, so follow me. Hands me a biohazard bag, have the cup, all right? That's the thing too, man, right? Had I walked in with like just a jar full of jizz, buddy, it would have felt weird because I didn't have it in like a fucking look out. Put it in a grocery bag. Yeah, look out. This is a very disgusting fluid in this bottle, like this jug right here. Please stay back. You could fucking die. You know, biohazard
it carries
bag.
life, bro.
Yeah, but it's a fucking putting it in a biohazard bag feels very demeaning for some reason. Like it's like I'm fucking radioactive. Please stay away or some shit.
You're
yeah,
fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, but then again, I get it because they don't know what I have. You know what I mean? I could fucking have some kind of alien disease or something like that. I don't know, but anyways,
non-human.
Some non-human entity disease. I apologize. I didn't mean to like, you know, typecast or whatever it was. What was that word I'm looking for? You know the word I'm looking for. Okay, where am I? All right, so the nurse, she's writing down the information. She's like, all right, follow me. She hands me the biohazard bag. We walk back to the back, right? She's like, okay, so we go out like one door. I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, and then we go out another door. She's like, remember this scale right here. You're going to want to turn left when you see this scale. I'm like, okay, cool. Super nice, though. Don't get me wrong. My impression of her is not very good. But walking down the hallway, we get to, like, the stop. It's just a public restroom. It is just like now. Granted, when I say public restroom, it is not public in the sense that people are just accessing it 24/7. But this is just like a restroom that everybody in the hospital that is like in a room uses, right?
This is where you go to take piss samples.
Yeah, this is like legitimately just a bathroom. All right. It's just like, okay, put it in the cup, seal it up, bring it back to me. I said, okay.
You don't put it in the fucking like the door.
Nope. Sure don't. That would have been handy for sure. No,
Like,
because like
you
we're
get it?
miles away
Handy?
from the station in which these nurses
Handy?
reside in. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been very handy for sure. Thought maybe even I was even under the impression they might have one of those machines that I've been seeing, those dick sucking machines. I don't know, dude. Whatever.
Not in this county.
That, however, was not the case. It was just a public restroom. And indeed, I had to provide my own material, raw dogging it with the brain, whatever you want to say, right? Definitely one of, I will say it, not hyperbole here, the most awkward ejaculations I've ever had in my life. Because it's just like,
Are you sitting down, standing up? What are you doing?
standing up, because I feel like sitting down makes it very hard to access the cup, especially at the right time, right? Because you don't want to get it everywhere, second of all. Because it's like, the second thing is like you don't want to get it everywhere. Third thing is like you got to aim it. It is, again, one of the most awkward orgasms you'll ever have in your life. If anybody out there does this, right?
You would think that in 2025 there would be an easier means to do this stuff. But
Yeah.
this is
Instead, you just got to
it's
aim it at a fucking cup.
It's the same shit from like 1930s.
Yeah, you just got to aim it at a cup. You got to get the head in there, hopefully, and it's
What if you got one of those big fat heads?
hopefully it fits in the cup. That's all I'm saying, man. I don't have anything to worry about if you know what I'm saying, buddy. Anyways, so do my business or whatever. Okay, cool. Then I had to seal it up in this fucking.
Are you shaking like, oh my god, I can't drop this?
Yeah, absolutely. And then not only that, but it's like, since I am, again, walking through the entire fucking hospital to get back to this lady, right? It's like, feels kind of weird, man. I got my bag full of biohazardous material here. Please, everybody stand back. I'm a criminal or something, right? I'm radioactive. Please don't get near me. So I take it back up there. I turn left at the scale, right? I get to the room. Nobody's in there. Nobody's in the room and I just like looking around. I fill out the paperwork.
Just holding a bag of cum.
Yep. It's just, again, I can't explain how it's weird, but it's very weird to just be like, hey,
Sure.
There's semen in this cup. Please watch out.
Mine.
My semen.
What's more weird, yours or somebody
Low
else's?
key, I feel like it would be fine if I had somebody else's. For some reason,
Why?
because it feels like weird that I'm just like, somebody
Feels
comes,
like you fucking
somebody else walks in that door,
jerked
right?
somebody off and like took it off of them.
Somebody else walks to that door, right? Okay. The nurse that's not handling me, right? She's like, the person comes and they're like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, just holding up a bag of my cum, right?
And you just say, "Come
Semen.
from the cum
They're
collector."
gonna fucking call the cops, dude. I'm the cum. That's good, dude. Let's talk about a movie right there, dude. Anyways, fill out the paperwork. Nobody's there, right? So I'm like kind of looking around. I know what's going on. I'm like, and I noticed that there was a nurse like at the desk or whatever before you get to the double doors or whatever. So I'm like, I go to her. I'm like, hey, there's nobody in here. I don't know. Like, what do I need to do with this like sample or whatever? And she's like, is she not in there? It's like, I don't think so. She was like around the corner being as fucking quiet as possible, right? I didn't even hear her. So now it's awkward because it's like fucking she was there the whole time. She had to have heard me. I was making noise, right? Filling out the paperwork.
I've heard the chirp the whole goddamn time.
You know what she was doing when I got back in there?
Filling out paperwork.
Watching Grey's Anatomy.
No,
And
she
I
wasn't.
thought that was kind of, I don't know, tacky? Because it's like you work at a hospital. You know what's great?
Passe.
Yeah, it's like you're watching Grey's Anatomy. It's like, this is your life, But then again, hey, teach their own, whatever. So yeah, get a sample. Fucking, it's like, okay, you have a great day. Try to enjoy St. Patrick's Day. Didn't even know it was St. Patty's Day. I walked out of there. I was like, I'll try to. I didn't know what she thought. I thought it was like this week. I didn't realize that it was like that day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
I mean, it's the same day every fucking year. It's on March 17th.
I don't know what day it's on. And now that you say March 17th, I'm not going to remember that next year. If I'm going to forget what day it's on next year. But shit, dude. Anyway.
That just feels like your fault.
It's a fake, made up fucking holiday. Again, it's like Valentine's Day where it's like, Like it's just a
It's not a real holiday if I'm not off work.
It's a corporation's day to sell alcohol, where it is like Valentine's Day is a corporation's
And dye
day
it green.
Yeah, it's like it's just
Cultural appropriation.
yeah, because we don't chase the snakes out of Ireland anymore, right? It happened a long time ago. So
Well, I think it's the leprechauns and the Lucky Charms and the pots of gold.
yeah,
and the,
that's where it gets a little bit racist, you know. If I have anything to say about it, that's my culture.
that
That's
episode
my,
of Always Sunny is not available anymore.
good. I don't think it should be because that's racist as far as I
Well,
see it.
I'm talking about the one with D, where she's
dressed in blackface.
she does that and Asian and all that stuff.
Again, I think that they get a pass because that show is legitimately just about bad people doing bad things, and like if you're like, oh, that's hilarious, that's who I want to be, that's a part of the problem. Like you're a part of the problem. Like you shouldn't.
But you
wanna
can
be
still
like,
think it's funny.
yeah, you can absolutely think it's funny because it's like you understand that like that's not what people are supposed to do. But then again, it's I guess there's a whole thing like should we laugh at it, make it a joke, and then that does the whole thing where it's like, you know, then people think it's just okay to like, you know, I don't know, it's over our heads, dude. We don't get paid enough, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
just because it doesn't bother me, it does bother somebody. You know,
Yeah, but
there are things that bother me that don't bother other people.
yeah. Test results came back
Not
clear,
much.
though. I'm good to go.
Not
so,
much.
You
So
know,
you just now you're
Gosh.
doing it the sinful way.
yeah, dude. Literally, it's for fun now. You know, got nothing going on for me anymore.
It's always for fun.
I'm a useless beta cuck male now.
Yeah, dude, they're
right?
gonna round you up and put you in a camp, dude.
I like to see them try, dude. I'm fucking fast as fuck, boy. You know, So,
Shredded.
I mean, I'm not shredded yet. I gotta think about that. I don't know. Like, do I go so hard? I become so like shredded and veiny just for the bit, or do I just like fucking vibe out and be me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's the conundrum I'm in. Do I go the full Mac route and like?
No. I don't think it's sustainable.
No, it's not. I
Then
think
you'll get body dysmorphia, and then you're gonna have all sorts of other mental ailments you don't need.
Yeah, I think I like where I'm at now, where it's like I've got the goal weight still. I'm trying to get to it. I'm gonna get there first, and then I'm just gonna fucking vibe out. Just like eat a healthy amount of calories, and stay right at the same weight. That'd be nice. So, why is it so cold in my fucking room, man? Is the air on? I think the air is on right now, dude. Fucking freezing.
Air's on in my house because it's hot as fuck.
You know?
I'm dreading summer. I already have like 3 mosquito bites.
The mosquitoes are fucking awful already, buddy. I keep saying buddy. I'm sorry. I apologize, but
Buddy and cum.
buddy,
So
come buddies, dude. That's what we are, man.
We are not.
Yeah, we are. What is it? What is that thing like? If we were like to both like come and then we like shake on it, like kind of like how you cut your hands and then you shake, but it's with like semen. What is that called?
Sticky. Be sticky.
Is it sticky though, man? I don't. When's that been like sticky? Feels like you've got a condition if it's like sticky, right? Right, because it's
Dude,
like
it's
you
like
have
fucking glue, bro.
like you don't have enough like moisture, like you don't drink enough water during the day.
What the fuck's wrong with your fucking cum?
It's
dude?
just normal, man. It just rolls
No,
off.
it's
It
not.
just like it's just I don't
It just rolls out.
just
Just drips.
Yeah,
Just like
just
drips like a
you're
fucking faucet.
yeah, it's just like turn on like a spigot and like it just comes out like a
I
little
think
bit at
that's
a time.
called piss, bro.
Oh shit! Have I been pissing this whole time, dude? Holy hell, man! I've had it wrong this entire time. I don't know. I actually I gave them a piss sample. Now that I think about it, damn.
How did you have kids? Just fucking pissing in your wife.
Oh, dude, that's gross, man. That's gross. No.
Sterile, man, bro. It's sterile, dude. Bear
it's
Grylls is
not.
all about drinking
No,
piss.
it's not, dude. It's not sterile. It's like a fucking misnomer that we were told as kids. It's not. It's like
Who's we?
everybody was
I
lied
wasn't
to.
told that shit.
Piss is not sterile. For anybody out there who thinks it is, from because they watched Dodgeball when they were like 13,
Yeah.
It's
I
not
like the
sterile.
taste of it. Sterile.
it's not sterile. It's actually the body's excretion system. So it's like that's the opposite.
But it won't kill. It doesn't have an ammonia in it like dogs do. Fucking dogs can kill your grass.
Yeah, I think a human piss still has ammonia in it. Like if
No,
you
you
piss
can-
in the same spot every day, it would kill the grass.
Not. It would take longer than it would for dogs though.
Yeah, but there's still ammonia in it.
But it's not as much.
I guess. I don't know what dogs are eating where their piss is just ammonia, but whatever.
Shit.
Yeah, I guess they do eat that a lot. So,
Rabbit shit.
dude, okay, before we go,
Okay.
can you tell me Have
No.
you ever heard the term catsup?
Yeah.
It was until I started working at Burger King, and it showed up on the menu. When you work at Burger King, the orders come in. It tells you like what they want on their burgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it would always say catsup, like no catsup, only catsup, etc. And I was just like, what the fuck is catsup? What the fuck is catsup? I didn't realize that it was just like what they used to call ketchup. There used to be like two names for ketchup, and there's no difference whatsoever from what I could read online. But for whatever reason, catsup feels racist.
Why?
I don't know what it is about it, but
You just think that everything that you don't understand is racist.
I would argue that everything that we understand is racist, but it's all like to a small degree. Like everything that we know has just come from
And
something
it's
that's
like
racist
based
at
off
some
of like
point.
where they're from, like different parts of the country called
And
it one
that's why
thing.
I think that it feels racist. It's because it's like
Different countries called it one thing where other countries called it. It's the
Maybe.
Mortal Kombat thing.
what is the Mortal Kombat thing?
The C and the K.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's almost like a literal sense. Oh really? Like because it's like one spelled with the K, one spelled with the C. But I don't know, man. It just feels like I don't know. It feels like when you call it catsup, you're like I don't know. You're fucking some kind of racial like whatever. But
I just think that you always want it to be racial.
I don't even think I have to want it to be racial because it's like, I feel like the whole reason we have cops was because of racism, dude. Fucking everything that we have in our today times can be drawn back to something that was slightly racist and if not
Slightly?
if not outright racist. Yes.
I was gonna say like pretty overtly.
Yeah. Like the whole banking system and the reason like, certain people can't afford homes and shit like that. And like why we have, neighborhoods set up the way that they are all because
No, that's not racist. That's a conglomeration of wealth.
Yeah, I know. And I know you're being like facetious, but at the same time, it's like,
No, I'm being serious.
nah, dude, fucking banks are founded on racism, dude. It's like, that's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, buddy. It's a whole thing. Anyways, the whole reason I bring up
Even still, the conglomeration of wealth isn't much better than racism.
some would argue that the conglomeration of wealth is racist and it got there because they were racist.
One affects like a specific group of people, whereas the conglomeration of wealth affects a very like dividing line of like demographics of society. Everyone who doesn't make up $500,000.
It's all so depressing, really.
Me.
I don't like Biden's tax plan because fucking it's not going to affect me, but I don't want to tax rich people more. What if I'm rich one day?
Dude. Do not get me started on that fucking line of thinking because it will set me the fuck off.
Okay.
And then this will turn into like an anti-boomer podcast.
God damn, dude.
I mean, it already is.
We need to make an anti-boomer podcast.
I mean, it pretty much is. Like, there's not very many things that we talk about that align with the fucking psychology and the socio
I don't
like
think we have to worry
standards
about it,
of
though.
boomers.
They can't even fucking operate a computer, so we
Yeah, they don't know how to run CCleaner, dude.
They don't know what a podcast is, honestly. So
They know what a podcast is because of fucking Joe Rogan.
yeah, they got Joe Rogan screaming at him about how fucking eat Invector or whatever the fuck it's called, and eat horse tranquilizers and fucking down a bottle of bleach, dude. Fucking,
I say do it.
I can't stop you.
I say do it, buddy. I say fucking
if that's your prerogative.
Bro, stand on business, and if you're gonna do it, fucking do it.
Fucking shove them
When
up
you
your
do,
shove it up your ass.
don't look for fucking modern medicine.
They're gonna bitch and moan about them not being a fucking label on the goddamn bottle of bleach. Like, well, they didn't tell me not to drink it on the bottle.
You know,
It's like,
I know,
oh.
like at the very early stages of this podcast, I used to bitch and complain about those like
warning labels.
and
Yeah,
shit. But like, that's why they're there. You know, it's just like because people are fucking idiots, dude.
don't put fucking metal in the microwave. Like it's like somebody used to do that. all
Don't
the
eat a
time.
Tide Pod, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh, we are gonna we have to stop because I'm fucking gonna get set off, dude. So much dumb shit. Oh, buddy.
Anywho,